be doing the first negative constructive today. Okay, so the affirmative plan states that in their contention 1, California prisons are on the brink of collapse. Let's look at subpoint A. Their evidence suggests that it's the three-strike law that is the reason for all these prisoners to going into jail in the first place. It doesn't tie marijuana to people going back to prison. It's not as clear on how the prisoners keep coming back and causing the prisons to be overcrowded. My second argument is the data is from 2006 in subpoint A. Now, we don't know, it's been 7 years since 2006. The prison population could be already declining, and their evidence doesn't state that right now. Subpoint B, California incarcerates more non-violent citizens. My first argument is that marijuana possession is not the sole reason why prisons are overcrowded. Denis Curie, scientist, clinical substance abuse treatment field, published on the Huffington Post, July 23rd, 2013, Access, November 9th, 2013. Many believe that prisons are overcrowded with people who have been arrested and convicted for using marijuana. The first part is true. There are many people in prison related to their marijuana use. However, they are not there because they are arrested or convicted for any marijuana-related legal offense. The prisons are overcrowded with marijuana users due to the policies that send a person who is on probation or parole back to jail if they test positive for any illegal substance, including marijuana. Essentially, no one is in jail for solely using marijuana, but for testing positive while on probation for another, possibly more serious crime. This is quite frankly a misguided and unnecessary policy. We can and should seek to modify this policy and address the prison overcrowding without having to legalize marijuana. Legalizing the drug will only increase its use and result in added costs to our various systems. So point C. They say California is forced to release its prisoners. As my partners said earlier, the Supreme Court's already working to decrease prison population as it is. So why would we need to legalize marijuana if it's already happening, if the if the prison population is already being reduced by the Supreme Court? Also, subpoint C does not state specifically a year that they set the date. It just says a day. I believe it was July of some day. And that doesn't specify what year. I mean, the year already could have been passed. It could be 5 years from now. We don't know. It doesn't specify. Subpoint D. My first argument is that about 58% of prisoners return to prison in 3 years. Well, as I already stated, they return to prison for other reasons, not just for marijuana. And so, not so many people go to prison for marijuana use anyway. Office of National Drug Control Policy, the whitehouse.gov, November 11th, 2013. Most people whose only crime is marijuana possession do not go to prison. A survey by the Bureau of Justice Statistics showed that 0.7% of all state inmates were behind bars for marijuana possession only, with many of them pleading down from more serious crimes. Other independent research has shown that the risk of arrest for each joint or marijuana cigarette smoked is about 1 arrest for every 12,000 joints. Their contention to legalize marijuana. My first argument on subpoint A is that evidence is purely an opinion that gives no strong solvency. My second argument about that is it does not propose how their plan will work. It merely states, oh, legalizing marijuana will help us somehow. It doesn't state specifically, oh, it'll decrease prison overcrowding. There's subpoint B. 40% prison population is for non-violent drug charges. My first argument is that B is not solvency. It's just significance. This evidence should not be here. It doesn't even state how prison overcrowding is going to be solved by legalizing marijuana. My second argument is it says that there's only 40%. That 40% can include many different types of crimes. As my partner stated earlier, some of it's marijuana, some of it's other things. We can't determine for sure. I now stand ready for cross-examination.
Excellent. No. So you're saying you claim that, do you think the prison population has gone down since 2006?
Can you repeat that?
Do you think the prison population has decreased since 2006?
There is no evidence that specifically states whether it has increased or decreased since 2006.
Okay. And you're saying that prisoners are not going back just because of marijuana, but because they're violating their probation?
Yes.